Just tell me what to do. Give me a meal plan, give me macros, tell me what to eat, tell me how to exercise, and I will do that. And why that seldom, if ever, really works.
Hello, you are listening to the Health, Energy, Performance podcast. I'm your host, Daniel Weiss, and my goal is to give you education and practical tips on nutrition, training, lifestyle, and mindset so you can take direct action to look and feel like an athlete, even if you are not a professional athlete. I would like to invite you to connect with me via Instagram or Facebook and check my free guides on nutrition, or linked in the episode show notes.
So this is kind of expectations that many people have, and they approach me, but also many other fitness professionals with that question, with the demand. Like, yeah, just give me that meal plan, I will be able to stick with it, and so on. We see that often it does not work. And here is why. We are not robots. It's not like I give you some information or some kind of food, meal plan or training plan, and you will be able to execute it to the T. Unfortunately, it doesn't work like that in real life circumstances. There is one exception, and this is really like high performing athletes. High performing athletes, these like top level athletes, they have that capability to execute, right? You tell them what to do, they stick to it. Most people can't do that. First, they are not pro athletes, it's not their living, and that's why it doesn't work for them. They have other important things in their life. They have work, they have children, they have pets, they have other hobbies or whatever, and their life is not centered around eating, it is not centered around fitness and performance and training and so on. So don't have that expectation that it will work for you. Maybe you have a friend like that who succeeded in this way. Well, you are not your friend either. So you need to take your own experience, your own circumstances, and see how does that work for you for the long term or from the long term perspective. And here is a story from my client that I would like to really use as an example of that. It's like an exaggerated example, but it's a good example. So I just had a conversation with one of my clients who just lost her dog, her beloved dog. And she approached me asking me for a call if we can talk about it. And I was happy to help. And during the call, what we found out is like she doesn't want to eat right now, right? Because she's very sad and she's coping with that loss that is very important of that dog that was very important for her. So she's in that deep, bad, negative emotional state, and she's coping with that by not eating. She's not hungry. And she feels bad because now, when she's not hungry, she thinks like, I will lose all the gains that I got. So her goal was to build more muscle, to gain weight, and now when she's not eating, she's losing all that and basically going backwards. So after we spoke together and we explored that a little bit deeper, it's obvious, right? If you feel sad, or even if you are sick, if you are ill, you will not feel like eating, or it's not like your top priority. You are in that level of survival. You are not thinking about things that are higher there. So if you imagine Maslow's hierarchy of needs, that's the pyramid. On the bottom of the pyramid, there is really certainty, and that certainty is like having a roof over your head, having food, and really survival mechanisms. You don't think about like, what will I paint or how will I improve my fitness level or something like that. That's on the top of the pyramid, actually. So if she is right now at the bottom of that pyramid of needs, she's about survival, she's coping with it, but even though she is there, she doesn't feel like eating, and that's understandable, and that is like short-term thing. And I wanted to use that as an example because now emotions come into play. She knows what to do. She has the knowledge. She already had built habits that are allowing her to progress, and she made great progress. She built some muscle, she gained some weight, but now it's all falling apart temporarily because she lost her dog, because she feels sad, because she doesn't feel like eating, and that is perfectly fine. Life is not linear. We have emotions. So when we scale that circumstance back, it's something that happens every day in our life. Maybe you are stressed from work. Maybe you are, I don't know, distressed from something else, from the situation that's going on in the world, or for any kind of other reason. And once that happens, the point is that emotions come into play. And when emotions come into play, you can have all this knowledge, but you will not do it. So you can have that perfect meal plan, you can have that perfect training plan, and so on. But if you come home stressed out from work and you already are thinking like, I should be going and to do my training because no, I just told Daniel that it was important for me to lose that weight or to build muscle or whatever it is. Now I'm not sticking to it, and now you feel bad about it. And then because you feel bad about it, you grab some kind of, I don't know, sweet or some treats that you know they are not good for you, for your goals, and then you hit the downward spiral. So that is like emotions play a really important role in our decision making. And that is why meal plans, that is why other things don't usually work for majority of people. People think that they are like in a lab where everything, all the conditions will be perfect, all the stars will be aligned for them, and they will be able to execute like this, like without any issues, without any problems. And they will have that kind of seamless, like very easy experience. And that is also something that they struggle with because they are waiting for that moment, like when all the stars will be aligned, when everything will be perfect, and they never start because it will never happen. So these are the takeaway points. Life happens, different circumstances happen throughout life. It's not about finding that perfect meal plan, perfect strategy, or whatever it is. Well, actually, the perfect strategy for you will be learning how to navigate different life circumstances, sticking to the best that you can do at a certain time. Because, let's say, here, this is what is ideal, but in reality, most of the time, you will spend somewhere in between ideal and really terrible. And you want to find that average in between and to have it higher, to push it higher over time. So your habits, your way of thinking, your practices, you have systems in place that allow you to do that easily. So designing your environment, not having triggering foods around you that don't allow you to eat, they don't allow you to progress in your goals. These are the important things, not some perfect meal plan. And that is where coaching actually comes into place, learning how to navigate all those things, how to cope with emotions if you need that, and so on. Have a great day. Let me know what your takeaway is from what I just said. Share it, like it, so more people can see that. It will be very helpful, and thank you in advance. If you have any questions or comments, post them down in the comments or reach out to me directly through the messages. And if you are looking for personal coaching, because somebody actually asked me about this recently, like how it is working with you, send me a DM. What we do, we can schedule like a 15 minutes call during which we will assess where you are, what your goals are, if I can help you, or if I can maybe advise you something else to give you the direction and move on from there.
I hope that you enjoyed this episode, and before you leave, it would be awesome if you could leave a rating and a review on the platform or an application that you use for listening. It will help me greatly to bring new guests and discuss topics you are interested in. By the way, check the show notes for important links, maybe that we discussed during the episode and all the other, and subscribe to Health, Energy, and Performance newsletter, where I share at least one tip about nutrition, training, and mindset that will help you reach your health and fitness goals easily. I would also like to invite you to have a strategy call with me. During this 30 minutes call, we will first dive into your goals. I will get to know you, your lifestyle, and you will get a clear direction and know exactly what to do next to progress your training and maybe improve your eating habits. I started this as a personal challenge for my 30th birthday, and I fell in love with it. I really loved connecting with people and helping them solve their issues and problems during these strategic calls, so naturally I continue doing so. Mind you, this is not a sales call, but you must be ready to invest your energy and time to get the benefit. So check the show notes, sign up for the call, and I will be looking forward to hear from you.